Hi guys, welcome back to Little Piece of Heaven Farm. And today we're going to be canning up my version of Better Than Bush's beans. It's a big hit. We love them, and yes, they're better than Bush's beans, I think. I mean, I'm biased a little bit, I guess, but yeah, I like them. But you can use any bean that you want, like a navy bean, a white bean, whatever you prefer. On hand, I have 4 pounds of pinto beans, and I've had these guys for a while, so I figure, well, why not use what I have? So I'm going to can these up. What I'm going to do is wash them up, pick through them, and then we're going to put them in our stock pot. Put all 4 pounds in, and then we're going to cover them with water, and then we're going to bring them to a boil. We're going to let them boil for a little bit, for maybe about 10-15 minutes, and then we're going to turn them off, let them sit for about another 10-15 minutes, let them stew and hot juices, and then we're going to turn them back on and simmer them for 30 minutes, and then we'll get into the rest of the recipe. But let's get into this. Let's clean our beans. We need to wash them, pick through them, and then I'll bring you back. Okay guys, I'm filling up my pot, and we're going to get these on the stove, and we're going to pressure can these, if I didn't tell you already. And they're going to pressure can for 75 minutes, and we're putting them in pint jars. You can do quarts, and if you do quarts, it's going to be 90 minutes, which is fine. If you have a big family, go for it, man. Go for it. Alright. I've covered my beans. We're going to get them on the stove, and we're going to start bringing these guys to a boil. Okay. Get these guys going. And put her lid on. So these are going to come up to a boil. We're going to boil them for 10-15 minutes. 15 minutes is about the best. And then we're going to let them sit. And then we're going to turn them back on. And then we're going to put them on a simmer for 30 minutes. And then we're going to finish the recipe. And then we'll heat them up one more time, just enough to get the sauce heated through, and then we're going to put them in hot jars in a hot canner for 75 minutes. Okay guys, we got the pot back on after we let it sit for a few minutes, like 10-15 minutes, and now we're going to let it simmer for 1 hour. Also, if you need to add a little more water, do it now. Okay, so couple cups, enough to cover it. So if your beans have risen, add enough water to cover them and let them simmer that way. Okay, so anyway, just a note. Okay, I have our beans draining, and we're going to get ready to do the sauce. So 64-ounce bottle of tomato juice, which equals about 2 quarts. And I'm going to pour that in. So, these cans are 29 ounces. So, we need at least 32 ounces of sauce. So, we're going to take one whole can and part of this other one. And just guesstimate. Or you could have poured it in a quart jar. Then I have a cup of diced onion. And we're going to bring all this up to a simmer. Let's see. I'm going to need a half a cup of molasses. Get all this goodness out. Okay. And this is not packed. So we're going to need 2 cups of it. There's 2. All this extra. Let me wash off my hands. Okay, we're going to need 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. And we're going to need a tablespoon and a half of liquid smoke. It's 1 and a half. Okay, we're going to need 2 teaspoons of ground mustard. teaspoon of ground allspice. And we're going to need salt and pepper. A teaspoon of each. Okay. I'm going to stir this all in. And we're going to get all this together, get it all heated up, and we're going to start jarring it up. Okay guys, we are getting ready to can. I'm going to bring out my jars. And we're also canning with metal and glass lids today. So, first off, we're going to fill up these beans. About a cup of beans. Okay. And then, oh darn it, I forgot to turn on the pressure canner. There it goes. That's heating up. So I'll do a few more jars. So that's heating up a little bit. I knew I was forgetting something. Whoops. The wrong way in. I would say about 3/4 of the way of beans. And then we're going to put our sauce in. to go to inch headspace, guys. I'm hoping to get 14 pints. That's my goal. And you can do this in quarts, like I said. And we're going to debubble, make sure we got all the air out. And these beans will expand more because they're not all the way cooked, because they're going to process for another 75 minutes in a pressure canner. So cooking them, bringing them up to a hard boil and doing that for like 10-15 minutes, and then simmering for an hour makes them, they're partially cooked but they're still a little hard. So yeah. And we're going to wipe our rims off. And I'm wiping them off. Ouch. That was a little warm. With vinegar. Touch the edge of that stove. It's not like having a... what do you call a electric... Well, let me get my rings. Okay. Just finger tight. And look at that. Isn't that great? Okay. Always wipe your rims, guys. Sometimes I forget. And then I have a mess. I was like, why wasn't this sealed? And you don't have to soak your lids, but it's a habit for me. And I have better results. Okay, these guys are going in. And I'll put these two guys in, and then I'll bring you back when we have everybody in the pot. And we'll pressure can for 75 minutes. I am going to have to put another rack in the canner because I've already put all mine down there. I think that I have 9 pints on the bottom, so now I'm going to start with the second layer. Okay guys, this is the last jar of the Bush's beans, but I have beans left over, so I'm going to can them up. I'm heating up some water on the stove, and we're going to have pinto beans on the shelf too. So this is like 2 for 1. So hopefully I can get like maybe 3 more jars, 3 or 4 more jars in. And it's a good thing because I'm running out of pints. So I'm going to fill up these guys. And see what I have. Okay. Put a couple lids in the pot. Okay. Clean these rims off with vinegar. Kind of exciting. Have a few extra beans on the shelf. Okay, we're going to process this for 75 minutes, even with the other beans. That's perfectly fine. That's what they normally do. And I'll bring you back when they're coming out of the canner. Okay guys, here's our beans that we did. I almost forgot to film this part. And I realized I forgot to show you. And these are the 3 jars of beans that we did, just regular pinto. And you notice that they swelled up a lot. And same thing with the baked beans. Anyway guys, it was a great time doing this. And I'll catch you on the next video. Bye now.